As the Indian Air Force and Indian Army prepare to man the LAC border with China for yet another winter face-off, satellite imagery from the north bank of the Pangong Lake reveals the shocking size and scale of a new Chinese dual-use base currently under construction, posing a direct security threat to India. Senior Indian military sources who have reviewed the satellite images warned it is unlike any other site that lies on the Chinese side of the line of actual control. Meanwhile, China is also weaponizing water in Tibet by constructing a mother of all dams which could trigger artificial floods and impact millions of lives of Indians in Arunachal Pradesh and beyond. Now we'll tell you all about it, but first, why is this new Chinese base near the Pangong Lake causing alarm in Indian defense circles? Dispersed over a wide area, the site features upwards of 70 permanent structures. NDTV quoted defense experts saying that the Chinese base, quote, has been dispersed over a wide area. This has been done to reduce the potential impact of missile attacks, unquote. So what is the precise location of this site? The new base lies east of the LAC, about 36 kilometers from the border with India and just 15 kilometers from the newly constructed Chinese bridge over the Pangong Lake in Ladakh, which is the world's highest saltwater lake. Remember, China recently unveiled a new 400-meter bridge over the Pangong Lake, merely 25 kilometers from the disputed and unmarked LAC with India. Satellite imagery revealed the bridge construction is complete and ready for use by the PLA in case of potential conflict with India. It would massively boost the PLA's ability to maneuver troops to either bank of the 134-kilometer long Pangong Tso. The bridge provides China with a strategic edge by cutting down the time by several hours needed to navigate the lake's perimeter from the north to the south bank. Now, with this new base under construction, Beijing is exerting pressure in previously unoccupied areas in Tibet near the LAC. Construction on the new base began in March 2024 at the new site and serves two main purposes. First, as a residential complex or village to house soldiers and porters involved in construction activities, with each structure built to accommodate 6 to 8 soldiers. Second is logistics and possible transfer of arms, ammunition and artillery shells to forward locations along the LAC, as each structure can hold up to 10 tons of supplies. China is occupying once empty valleys in Tibet to lay further claim to the ancient nation. Tibet remains under Chinese occupation ever since the PLA military invasion in 1950s. To solidify its control, Chinese President Xi Jinping labels the citizens residing in these far-flung villages as border guardians, who serve as the eyes and ears for the PLA. Beijing has strategically placed at least one military and dual-use infrastructure village near every accessible Himalayan pass that borders India. Geospatial imagery expert Danian Simon explains the entire process of village settlement in the region, which has seen construction of multiple double-story buildings alongside administrative offices and electrification efforts. Retired Lieutenant General D.S. Huda, a former Northern Army commander, said that the site can be used by the PLA for dual purposes to enhance civilian facilities and simultaneously equipped to support military operations in case of a conflict. Now, this site is different from a typical PLA border defense village, as explained by Y. Nithyanandam, head of Geospatial Research Program at the Takshila Institution. He explains, quote, "This site includes larger structures likely intended for administrative use. A 150-meter long tiny strip located at the southeastern part of the site, likely for helicopter operations, is also being leveled," unquote. As India-China diplomatic-level talks regarding border standoff resolution have resulted in a stalemate, as have over 21 rounds of Corps Commander-level talks at the LAC, Chinese PLA refuses to evacuate previously neutral territory at the final two friction points, including Depsang Plains and Demchok. But shockingly, China is now weaponizing waterways as well in Tibet. CCP is using water as a weapon against India by building a 60,000 megawatt Muto mega dam, termed as the world's largest hydropower project over the Sangpo River, known as the Brahmaputra in India. So why is the Chinese dam a worry for India, and how is New Delhi countering it? The biggest threat this mother of all dams poses is that it is capable of curtailing the river flow during the lean season, as well as triggering massive artificial floods downstream in India during the rainy season. China could use water as a geopolitical tool to potentially manipulate water levels for irrigation, power generation or flood control in India. Being a lower riparian state, India faces a major disadvantage as it's dependent on upstream flows for water security. Experts have also warned that high level of construction activity can adversely affect the converging belts underground and as a result could lead to earthquakes. Water diversion can also put a strain on India's agricultural needs, especially in the northeastern states, and would cause the river to lose the silt and thus lead to a reduction in agricultural productivity. The Indian government is aware of potential fallout and is countering China's spree of dam building initiatives to tame the Sangpo. According to reports, Indian government is fast-tracking 12 new dam projects in Arunachal. This would not only help generate power or hydropower, but also help negating any artificial flooding caused by China. One of the key assets would be an 11,000 megawatt hydropower project on the Siang River in Arunachal's Upper Siang district. Now, if you found this news report informative, then leave a comment and subscribe to Inconnect News for more updates on defense and geopolitics.